first night in the house. What is that? How can something so small produce something so evil? So about a couple of weeks ago, Sandra and I were walking through one of the parks, and this little, dog starts following us, which isn't unusual because there's always dogs in the streets everywhere, and they think you have food and everything. And at first we're trying to shoo this thing away, like, get away, right? And but it just kept following us and following us. And so we're looking at this thing, and it's like, well, it's pretty young, it's pretty small. I don't know. What do you think? Should we help it? Should we not? I mean, taking on a dog in Cuba is kind of a big responsibility. And so anyways, while we're talking, this thing goes into behind the military base gate, so we can't actually go in and get this thing. And I said, okay, listen, this is what we'll do. If I call that dog and it comes to us, then we'll take it home. And it was like a tester, right, to see what's going to happen. So I go just in front of the gate and I say, hey, like a little puppy, hey, come here. And this thing, its ears perk up and it just runs straight for us. And the second I picked it up, I looked at this thing and gave me the puppy dog eyes. I gave Sandra the puppy dog eyes, and it's like, okay, let's take this thing home. So we get this dog, it's full of parasites. We gotta take it to the vet, get it some shots, then we gotta bring it back. We're feeding this thing, but it all of a sudden develops an allergy to everything it eats, and its face swells up, and it's crazy, and it poops everywhere, and it pees everywhere, and it's just like, look at our makeshift fence that we had to build so she doesn't escape at night, and then we call her, and even then she gets out, and she's like a crazy smart dog. I have no idea where this thing came from. And I was telling Sandra, it's like, as soon as we brought her into the house, I developed this third eye in the back of my head that's always wandering around and like, where's the dog? What's she doing? What's she wrecking? It's like I feel like a parent already with this. There was just something inside of me that kind of said, you got to make a decision. Are you going to just walk by and let this thing kind of die in the streets? Or are you going to actually do something about it, help it, invest in it, pick it up, love it, that kind of thing? When we make those kind of decisions, it draws out something from within us, something good, something pure, makes us bigger and stronger. And I know it's just a little animal, it's just a little dog, but it doesn't stop there. We can do that with people. We can do that with your neighbors and with your friends. And we always have a decision to make. Am I going to do something in this moment? Am I going to invest in this? Am I going to love in this? Am I going to do something for this other person? It's always a choice to be made. And when you make that choice, it draws out something from within you to make you bigger, to make you better, to make you stronger. And it's just like, that's how the world gets better, is when you say yes to those choices, when you say yes to those little moments of, hey, I'm going to do something positive right now. And when you do something positive in the world, ironically enough, it does something positive within you as well. Since we've had Bela, we've become more attentive to each other, to our feelings. We've had to focus more on our relationship, because with this distraction, we're kind of like, how do we connect more with this other thing in our lives? So now we become better at prioritizing, relationship time. We've also had to grow in terms of budgeting. How do we provide for this little dog, as well as for our own finances, as well as ministry, as well as these other things? And there's just a whole series of things that have really kind of demanded growth within us. And that happens in anything that you do. Any small positive thing that you do, it grows you. I think one of the best formulas for having an amazing life is actually to continually make these choices. Saying, yes, I'm going to do something positive. Even if it's little, I'm going to do something positive. You are making the life of somebody else or something else better. So though it feels like you're dying, you're actually bringing life into the situation. That's pretty cool.